Hey, BassGeek here, and I may have found a rig that is better than a finesse swim bait in the cold or in the clear water or in the cold clear water. All right, geeks, so that's right. I have found a bait that I think you are gonna love. It's actually a combo. It's not just the bait, it is the rig itself. I kind of discovered this a little while back, farther back this summer, and we've been fishing it for a little while now. It is so extremely subtle, yet has such great action that I think it may be more deadly than a soft plastic swim bait. More deadly than even a kayak. That's right, I said it out loud. You are not going to believe this until you see it. And I want to give you a chance to try this incredible little rig for yourself. So make sure you stay to the end of the video and you'll see how you can do that. All right, geeks, this is the February BassGeek box from Tackle Warehouse. We're going to talk about what you can win, and man, do I think I've got some really, really good stuff in this box for you. So first off, I'm going to show you one of my favorite finesse swim baits, and especially this time of year when I'm around smallmouth, and believe it or not, largemouth, for whatever reason, love this color in the spring. So this is the X-Zone Swammer. This is the 3.5 inch, and it's in electric blue chartreuse. So I was on Del Hollow, and we really, for a tournament, because of the weird slot limit, you really have to target largemouth. And let me tell you, as clear as that water was, this was the color those largemouth wanted. So don't think bright colors are always a smallmouth thing. As a matter of fact, you should go watch at the end of this video. I'll put a link in talking about cold water colors and the effect cold water has on the sight of bass. Next up, one of my very favorite swim bait heads, one of my very favorite ball head jigs is this. This is the Angler Tungsten Eclipse head, and this is a 1/4 ounce. One of my favorite sizes to throw to contour banks this time of year with that particular swim bait. Something else that I like to do this time of year is throw a drop shot, especially when a cold front hits. They suck up to the bank, they don't want to chase very far, and you can set a drop shot in their face for a while. And one of my favorite drop shot baits that I've used here for about the past 2 years is this one by Bass Reaper Bait Company. This is a 4 inch, and I believe this is Morning Magic. This is the Dead Shot. This is by Angler Tungsten. Again, I'm going to get you a 1/4 ounce, hooking you up. You will get a BassGeek sticker and a Tackle Warehouse sticker. And if you don't mind, please go to the description, bookmark that Tackle Warehouse link, or scan the link that pops up right here. Bookmark that on your phone or on your computer and use that every time you go out to make a purchase on Tackle Warehouse. It helps us out and it's totally free to you. Now, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Jackall Drift Fry. This little bait right here is incredible by itself or on a regular jig head. What I'm about to show you to team up with it will get action, and all you have to do is reel. But the second component is this little head right here. Now, this is called the Queen Tackle LS Tungsten Rollin' Strollin' Head. There's something very unique about it. I'm going to show you how to rig this together. I'm going to show you underwater footage of why it is incredible. So the key is, to me, really this little head. You can see how the line tie points away. What I love about this is when you get it just right, when you get it rigged just right, it will wobble without shaking it at all. What I do is 2 different things. You can tie a straight knot, no loop knot, and get a much tighter roll, be a little more in control, have it be a little more subtle. But for me, I like to tie a loop knot. So you come through the loop or the eyelet, and what you're going to do, you're going to pull out here, you're going to make a overhand knot, pull it down to about a dime size, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pinch that together. I know you can't see that real well, but then we're going to wrap this 4 times, and then you're going to go through both loops right here, and you're just going to pull that tag in, and if you need to make it a little bit smaller, you can just pull the main just a little bit, and then you pull your tag in to get it nice and snugged up. Okay, there's your loop knot. Gonna cut our tag in, and there you have it. A little bit bigger than what I wanted, but not bad. Shouldn't get over the head too bad. Now, let's put on the bait. So what's great about these little baits right here, they actually have a guide hole. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that on this small bait, but right in the middle of the nose, you'll be able to see it more when you see your baits in person. But you want to make sure that your loop knot is up. And like I always say, I always try to mark about where we're going to come out. You can see we'll come out about right there. And I'll just poke a hole. Now for me, you want to come through as high as you can come through in that nose. Come straight back, nice and straight. These are hollow. And then straight out. Push it up on there. Make sure again that you've got that loop knot. It's not wrapped around the eyelet. And you're just going to push it up. And there you go. You have got it rigged and ready. So what I'm throwing this on, this is one of my favorite TFO rods. This is a Resolve. This is a 7'3" medium light. This is their higher end rod. And let me tell you, I love it. You need to spend a little bit on this technique because sometimes the bite, especially in the cold water, can be very subtle. So the most rod you can afford, definitely go out there, but definitely go out there and check out the TFOs. Now I've got this paired with a pretty cheap reel, to be honest with you, but these reels are pretty incredible for what they are. This is the Lose Speed Spin. I think it's like a $59 reel. I've used these for quite a long time. As far as drag, just the way the reel itself is built, it's pretty incredible. Line, I'm actually using K9, so we've got the High Vis Yellow on here, but this is 6-pound test Pro 100 100% fluorocarbon. That's what I like with this little combo. 8 or 10-pound test. Make sure you go check out K9 line. Here's a 10% off discount for you. All right, so the great thing about this is you don't have to shake this at all. You can tight line it down banks like this. It is pretty incredible. But the one thing I do love is when you shake it, it has some incredible rolling action, as you can see in the underwater footage. So how am I going to fish this? I'm going to fish it in a lot of different ways. Of course, I can use it with my forward-facing sonar. But one of the ways that we've been getting bites on it today is just going down a bank just like this, or down points. And we'll just tight line it down and let it pendulum back using that 1/8 or that 1/4. Now, a lot of times you can just slowly let it move and it'll have a very slight shimmy to it as it moves without even shaking it if you rig it high enough in the head. That's pretty daggone incredible in my book. So sometimes you don't even have to put a lot of work into it. You're going to get a nice little shimmy out of it, and trust me, it gets bit when the bite is tough. Now these things do, by the way, come in several different sizes and a lot of different colors, so make sure you check them out. So what I do most of the time is I'm going to 45 even these steep banks. I want to stay back off of them a little bit because I want to figure out what depth level I'm getting bit at. Once I figure out what depth level I'm getting bit at, you know, especially if you don't have forward-facing sonar, you kind of work it down that bank nice and slowly. Every once in a while, you want to touch the bottom. If you're touching the bottom all the time, you're reeling too slow. If you're never touching the bottom, you're reeling too fast, or maybe you've got too light of a weight. So you want to alternate that up. But I'll 45, and why 45 is because that's going to help me find out exactly what depth level those bass are in. When you set the hook, like most, you either 45 or straight up hook set, get them away from that bank, away from any jagged rocks or brush that might be over there. and then reel down. Reel down and get your rod tip down into the water and get them to the boat. Get your net ready or play them out. Take your time. I seen somebody the other day, it was a YouTuber, and he lost a big smallmouth. And the thing about it is I noticed what he was doing was really forcing that smallmouth to the boat. Even in cold water, when it comes to smallmouth, they're gonna fight you. So don't force them to the boat. You're out there fishing. Unless you're just on a school where you just have to get it in and throw right back out there, get it in, throw back out there, take your time with that bass. And overall, take your time with that bass anyway. If you caught one out of that school this time of year, you're probably gonna catch 2 or 3 more anyway. And the biggest key is don't be in a rush to get them to the surface. Get that rod tip down. Don't let them jump. That's when this guy lost 2 big smallmouth. So don't be in a hurry to get them to the surface. Play them. But like I said, get your net. And a lot of times I'll just go back there, grab them up by my thumb. Because most of the time, once I get them to the boat, I've got them played out enough to where they're ready to go. I put them in the boat. I'm cautious. I'm careful. And we get a weight on them, turn them loose. So what do you have to do to be eligible to win the February BassGeek Tackle Warehouse box? All you have to do is in the comment section below, enter the hashtag Fry, since it's the Jackall Drift Fry. So Fry, hashtag Fry, all together, one word, that gets you entered to win. Good luck. Now, you want to learn a little more about winter color selection and what the cold does to a cold water bass's eyesight? Then make sure you go check out this video right here. Otherwise, questions and comments in the comment section below. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell so you get the notifications when the videos come out. Join that 100% watch squad or watch as much as you can. It helps. And as always, you geeks rock.